Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode here. This is a GT Capital interview with one of the founders and developers at Glow Yield, Monty. Monty, how you doing?
Yeah, hi. How's everyone doing? Yeah, thank you very much for hosting us. Yeah, I'm Monty, and I'm the tech lead of Flow.
Yeah, I'm really excited to talk about Glow. I know it's a Terra project that's coming up soon, launching soon, and there's a series of kind of protocols that'll go. I guess under the Glow brand, and you're launching with one of them that's on the screen right now. Um, let's start with like a quick background of you and Glow, and then we can get into what Glow is. We'll talk about the tokenomics, the launch plan, just general plans about what you guys are working on. That sound good?
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, so yeah, personally, I've been in crypto for the past, I think almost 3 years. I've started doing like a more low-level research, like with consensus algorithms and this kind of stuff. And most recently, since 2021, like you've been doing more like in the upper layer, doing applications. And yeah, like I started first with Bitcoin, then with Ethereum, but like early 2021, me personally and also like the other founders of Glow, like got super interested in Terra, especially for the way of trying to look outwards of the crypto community, right? Like with Chai, like with USD stablecoin, and really trying to how those said, like trying to grow the pie like of the crypto ecosystem. And then like I think in March, April, May, like we decided to build in on Terra, and we decided to start Glow, right?
Yeah. So Terra got your attention early 2021,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
as builders, you started jumping right in with some ideas, and the concept of Glow started. Can you kind of get me into the that creation process and how you guys landed on your first product?
yeah. So this really ties back with what got interest as like from Terra, which is like really trying to get crypto to the mainstream, right? Like and try to look outwards, not just build like DeFi products for like for crypto natives and for degens. I mean, we love degens. I'm a degen myself, but like I think like we have also as an ecosystem and as a community like try to onboard the mainstream, try to more as much people as possible. And that's kind of like what it ties back to Glow. So Glow is an ecosystem of dApps, of products, which kind of is in the intersection of social Web3 and DeFi yields, and with the overarching mission of really trying to make like DeFi-based products, but with social components ready to the mainstream, like trying to create like easy to use like interfaces, like and trying to bring like crypto products to the mainstream. And that's why we thought like doing this in Terra would be like the perfect sweet spot, especially like having the like a decentralized stable coin native to the chain as USD. Having like something like, for example, Grow Lotto that we are going to talk a bit later, just denominated in the native stable coin, just makes it much easier to onboard like onboard new users to crypto, and that's why we started.
Yeah, what I think is most, or one of the things that are most interesting about your approach is you have one token and you're able to generate several use cases for that token through various different projects. You can have a big protocol, you can have a small protocol, you can start with one thing, you can pivot to another. And as I'm assuming, as a Glow holder, they accumulate all the value of the different protocols over time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think like the Glow ecosystem and the Glow token as a whole is also like an index bet on all these dApps, like merging again like DeFi yields and social with three. And again, like it's going to accrue revenue in different ways. Like I guess like doing very different dApps like Lotto creators and others to come, like opens a lot like the design space on the tokenomics and how the token accrues value. But as you say, like like the Glow token itself is going to true value and also like steer the governance of all the different products, either bigger or smaller, as you said, like and in different ways. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so we've mentioned Glow Lotto a few times, and that's going to be your first product, and it's launching soon. So why don't we kind of get more into that and introduce what is Glow Lotto?
Yeah, so Glow Lotto is a price-linked savings account. What this means is like, so it's like your regular savings account, and now more or less it would net you like 4-5% interest yearly. But on top of that, like each $25 that you deposit grants you a lottery ticket that it's a permanent lottery ticket that gives you the possibility to earn like a big jackpot, right? So like we are kind of combining like the like a regular like fintech product, adding a gamification layer on top of that. So to make, like the savings process, like, more appealing, and also like try to onboard other users that would have a harder time just placing USD or their deposits like in a regular savings account, but adding like a more like a fun experience to it. Right.
Okay, so a user starts with UST.
Yeah, users will start with UST. This is you're playing with the testnet version, but like when we launch in production, is already going to launch with a fiat on ramp integrated. So yeah, like the idea is to, of course, start with the Terra and Lunatics community, but already like preparing our products to appeal for a broader base of users. But yeah, like either with UST or with the fiat on ramp, you could just deposit as a savings account. We are building on top of Anchor, and what we do under the hood is, splitting the interest, and making sure that you have like a fixed interest rate on top of your savings, that you are going to get this 100%, and redirecting part of the yield for a bigger kind of lottery pool that you might win with the tickets that you get from depositing.
Yeah, so it's like Anchor, but potentially it can be even better since there's a lotto element. And you're going to have two different forms. You're going to start with UST, but when the fiat on ramps are ready, you'll integrate that, and then it becomes like a full normie app where I'm assuming it'll be in the App Store and anyone can download it.
Well, at the beginning we are launching with the web-based version, but yeah, like the idea is to create also like native apps, and we also have like we can talk later about the kind of tokenomics, but big part of the token allocation is for what we call the Glow Ecosystem Fund. So we are also planning to like give aggressively both grants and investments for community builders and third-party developers to create either native applications for like Glow Lotto and other products, or even create like applications targeting different demographics, like South America, for example.
Yeah, so not even just a small team of builders, but you're planning on building a whole ecosystem around it. That's very interesting. This actually reminds me, I think in March or April, I forget the name of the company, but there was someone who was like non-crypto at all. It was like a normie app. And they actually had a savings account with the Lotto element. And they announced some news about integrating with Anchor. And this was like 6 months ago. And I don't think it ever went anywhere. I never heard anything about it again. But I see the similar thing is kind of surfaced now, but you guys have gone crypto first, and then you can integrate the on ramps afterwards.
Yeah, the key difference is that like being crypto first and a decentralized product, like what we can do is like this also like this community based approach, and actually have like like one app with different front ends serving different demographics. Like this is not going to launch like in a country, let's say like the US, but like you can just launch Glow Lotto, and really, if you have like community builders incentivized and also building on top of that, like you can actually target many demographics at once, and that's kind of like a bit the midterm of how we see like the Glow ecosystem developing, but it's really like where we want to be a bit in the midterm.
Cool. So let's zoom into this Lotto element. Let's say I have $10,000 and I want to start with that UST, and I want to use your savings account, and I also want to participate in the lottery. What can I expect?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, let's say I'm a user. I have $10,000. I'm going to be allocating that to
Yeah.
Glow Lotto. I'm going to use a savings account in the lottery. Like, what can I expect? How does everything work?
Yeah, so we try to make like the user experience as easy as possible. So like when you deposit, you actually get like the free tickets. So like you would just go to deposit like the amount of USD that you find reasonable. You can try with a small amount, like just to test it out. I don't know how. And then when you
Yeah.
deposit, like you would get a number of tickets out of that, right? Like so, this is kind of like the different tickets that you would get permanently, and you would be playing with these tickets like each week. And you know the important thing here is that we are adding the no loss element to it, right? Like you is that tickets that you know like get you get free and you are not losing money like if you let's say you don't win the lottery, right? And yeah, like there is another layer on top of that which is like at the beginning we are going to launch also with some glow rewards which be like native in our own token like deposit of rewards. So like
Mhm.
there would be like the fixed interest, which is what you are seeing there, which is of course like a crazy API, which is going to be like your fixed interest. And then like if you go to the slider, like to the next thing, you will have like your Glow deposit of rewards, which would be denominated in Glow. And on the right, you will see like the number of tickets you got, right? Like so every week like we are planning to have like a weekly lottery, right, which is going to be probably on the Sunday. You will see like the amount of prizes you got, right, like each week.
So these are two separate features. There's the savings account, and then there's a lottery, and you allocate it however you want. Is that how it works?
No, it's integrated. Like it's like per each 25 dollars or USD that you deposit into your savings account, you're going to get one lottery ticket. So like it's really like you are adding the same thing. Like when you
I
say
see.
when you do get more tickets, like what you are going to do is actually do a deposit, and per each 25 USD you get one lottery ticket. Like if you, for example, do I don't know if you deposit first 23 USD, you won't get none. But then if you deposit another three, you would get like this. You round up and you would get this lottery ticket. Right?
So these are completely connected. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. They are exactly connected.
And on the back end, does the user receive the UST from Anchor, or is it 100% via Glow?
No, so like you would, as a user, you would have like in your savings account, like in this number, which is now like says zero, but like you would have accruing this 5% um, on USD from Anchor, and then on top of that, you would have like the deposit of rewards, which would be another API coming from Glow. So you would have like the fixed 5%, approximately 5% coming from Anchor, the one coming from Glow, which is following like a dynamic emission algorithm, which so we are going to set like a target award, like a target jackpot, and when we are below that figure, like the Glow depositor rewards are going to increase automatically, and when we cross this threshold, they are going to, like decrease, like so it's kind of like a control emission, like which is just dynamic adjusted. And then on the right is just like the lottery tickets that you are getting from your deposits, and these are the ones that give you the chance to win the jackpot every week, right? Like and of course, as many deposits as you do, more lottery tickets you will have, so more chances to win the lottery. What we wanted to like is to have like a fixed interest that doesn't matter if you win the lottery or not, or you get any prizes. Like you will have like a fixed interest of Anchor and then like the deposit of rewards of Flow.
Okay, so just so we reiterate, I deposit something. You've said 5% a few times. Is that the actual number, or just that's kind of
Yeah, it really depends on like this is something that the governance can vote on, right? It's a parameter, and the initial parameter is going to be 25% of what we get from Anchor. So it really depends. Like I've seen in yesterday that the Anchor yield went a bit down, so then would be maybe 4.6 0.7, whatever. Like this is a config param that the community can vote on, but like the initial parameter is going to be probably 25% of the anchor yield going to your direct savings account, and then the other is the yield that you contribute to the big lottery pool.
Okay, so it's 25, and then that entire 75 goes to the pool.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so okay, we got that part. And then what happens afterwards? How often are the drawings? What can the user expect there?
So yeah, like if you make like a two, like there's going to be the lottery every Sunday, and if you make at least two matches, you are eligible for a prize. Like we just split the prize in buckets. So like all the people that got two matches are going to split the two bucket prize, three, fourth, and fifth, and so forth, so forth. So yeah, like the thing is that the lottery pools keeps compounding every week. So like the buckets that are not split on a week get roll over. So we expect that the jackpot, the total jackpot of the lottery keeps growing over time, right? So it's going to be like a quite interesting dynamic, like because like for example for the fifth bucket, it's going to be much less likely to distribute, and it normally would get roll over to the next week. So yeah, like you can have prices from different matches, and yeah, this would happen every Sunday, and then when you get the prices, you can claim the prices in USD instantly.
Okay, every Sunday. If there's no winnings, then it rolls over to the next week. If there's more than one winner per tier, then it's split up between those tiers. More money you deposit, more chances to win you have.
Yeah.
And when someone does win, how does the protocol earn there?
Yeah, so like what we do, which again, this is again like a parameter that the community can vote on, but like the initial parameter probably is going to be a 5%, and this is a cut that is only happens for the winners, right? So when you win, like there is like a 5% cut that goes to the protocol, and then like they're going to be like either like distributes to lower stakers, to long-term lower stakers, or even buybacks, which again like these two possibilities are implemented in the protocol and can be decided again as well in the community.
Cool. Yeah, I remember back when Terra was just getting started, or just getting popular back in March. They did have another lottery app that launched. It was called Lotto. I mean, it's still around, I think. I think when it first launched, I participated in like the first Lotto. Of course, didn't win, but that's okay. And I didn't really participate again, but I think the lossless element and just kind of like is the person automatically enrolled into each lottery, or do they have to kind of re-enroll each time?
No. You are like the tickets that you get from your deposits. Like imagine that you deposit like $100. You get these four tickets, and you get enrolled. Like these tickets are permanent as long as you have the deposits, and you are automatically enrolled to it. And imagine like you are winning prizes, but you just get to Low Lotto like in 3 months. You can also claim whenever you want, right? So I mean we see this as a gamified fintech product, right? Like we don't see ourselves as a lottery, even if the name is Glow Lotto, right? But we
Mm-hmm.
see this as a savings product that can make saving more appealing and fun for the users. So you can just deposit and forget, or you can really check every Sunday, right? Like we expect like very different type of users here.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's I think it's an elegant design. I think it's well thought out. I think the design uh, of the UI and everything looks really good. I think it's very commendable work for sure. I'll definitely be a user when the time comes, and I feel like I covered a lot of the functionality of Glow. Is there anything I missed that we should kind of talk about for the actual UI or the app?
No, I think we've covered like Low Lotto pretty well. Yeah, I think like it's going to be interesting also like in the first months of the product, since we are going to have this, emission like a Glow deposit of rewards. So like there might be like some interesting like strategies, right? Like because like if you think like on probabilities long term, like on a long enough time frame, you are going to get back this lottery like on a long term time frame, like you are going to get prices with the same probability as your deposits, right? So you would get more or less this 20% of anchor, but having more fun, and on top of that, you would get the glow depositor rewards. So we expect that like there's going to be like some interesting strategies to play well, like having fun every Sunday. But I think we've covered the product pretty well, and yeah, we are going to release to the community the testnet product super soon. So yeah, hopefully like people can try it and give us feedback and find out with anything that might come up.
Yeah, that's a good transition to talk about the actual token since, yeah, if you're depositing in a savings account, I don't know if you guys have figured out what the actual Glow APY for using the app is going to be. Probably it'll be higher at first and come down as there's more users, I guess. But let's talk about the Glow token. We are getting near to a launch date for Glow, or what's the plan there?
Yeah. So we just did our pylon pool launch. Was early this week or last week, and yeah, like we're super humble because like community really like supported us, and like the pools filled super fast. So we are super humble, and we are expecting to like the APYs like just got reduced super fast. So yeah, we are very happy about this outcome, and we are expecting to launch very soon. Like as you can see, like the product is ready. We are ready, but we have decided to postpone it till very early January, so we don't launch when everyone like might be, like in Christmas or like outside of the crypto metaverse that we are all 24/7. So like we are probably launching like very early January. So stay tuned.
Okay, awesome. You launched the pools on Pylon. These are 6-month, 12-month, 18-month. If you don't know what pools are, Pylon.money is a launchpad. And projects like Glow, they can allocate a certain percentage of their token supply to people who are willing to put in their UST to farm their tokens. So there's 3 pools. And if you go into pool 3, for example, you have to lock up your UST for a total of 6 months. And then you're able to reap the rewards of those tokens after 3 months. And then you can just claim it whenever you want. The longest vesting is pool 1, which is 18 months. The longer the vesting, the better the APY, the farming APY, usually. I don't want to connect my Taro station wallet to reveal my address, but the APY that's showing right now is going to change a lot anyway when the Glow token actually launches. So look out for that. What other IDO launch plans do you have in store?
Yeah, so we are going to launch, as I said, like early January, both the Lotto, the Glow Lotto, the first product of the Glow ecosystem, and the token together. We are just going to open like at the beginning TerraSwap pools, like with healthy liquidity, and just start from there. We are going to open source everything. We've been already audited by Oak Security, which is kind of like the leader auditor firm in the Terra ecosystem. And yeah, we are ready to launch, and we'll announce with a week when exactly are we opening the TerraSwap pools. Yeah, like it's, as I said, like it's, we are targeting early January for that.
Okay. And I mean, you don't have to reveal any info if you haven't announced it yet or if you don't want to, but are there plans to use like a Star Terra for the initial token allocations or airdrops or anything like that?
So we have announced an airdrop as well. We have like split the airdrop in 2 different phases. Like one airdrop is going to be during 18 months for mine stakers, because we've done like a long-term partnership with Pylon, with the Pylon team, and as well we've come up with what we call a fair drop, which is giving an airdrop to Luna stakers, Anchor stakers, and holders, and Anchor depositors. but applying like quadratic funding formula. So like we are capping a bit what the whales get and trying to make it our airdrop as democratic as possible and try to like give the airdrop as equal to the whole community as possible.
Okay, cool. So people can expect an airdrop, and then at launch,
Yeah.
the app is going to be fully functional. So you're going to be able to deposit. And is there an incentivized LP at launch?
Yeah. Like we are not. I mean, I'm not exactly sure like if it's going to be just at launch or the next hours, but yeah, you can expect like both like well this probably you won't expect this crazy APYs. This is just testnet, but yeah, like there's going to be like LP pools to provide liquidity, so you can use also probably your airdrops for that, and also the Glow Depositor rewards and the Glow Lotto.
Okay, awesome. So total supply is 1 billion
Yeah.
over 4 years. Liquidity at launch is probably yet to be announced. All right, so let's look at the token distribution. Just reading off the docs here, it says the ecosystem fund is going to be 30%, team and early contributor is 22%, and this is locked up for 6 months. So there's no early risk there. Depositor rewards for staking 15%. Investors 10%. They're locked up for 6 months, so investors can't sell at TGE. Gateway, we just talked about, that's 2.5% of the supply. That also won't be circulating until at least 3 months. The airdrops, is that like a weekly thing, or is that all at once?
So 4% of that is going to be just all at once, which is going to be the fair drop, like with this quadratic funding mechanism. And then the other 1% is going to be like a linear airdrop to mine stakers over 18 months.
Okay, so linear airdrop to mine stakers over 18 months. That's really interesting for mine because mine already has several airdrops going to stakers. So as Glow launches and more projects launch, that staking token gets more valuable. Then we have 5% going to the war chest, also not circulating. And then the liquidity incentives, 10%. Yeah, I mean, in terms of like the launch and what buyers have to look out for in the early days, I mean, really the only people that are going to have tokens are people who receive airdrops and whatever tokens you guys launch with in terms of liquidity, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Like that's the idea. Like then on the early days, like also people who provide liquidity and people who use our products with the depositor rewards, which are going to start flowing from day one. But as you said, like investors, like also investors from pylon pools and the team are being locked up and then released linearly. So yeah, the beginning is going to be just airdrops and actually depositor or liquidity providers.
Okay, so that'll be 40 million circulating at TGE, and there's going to be is there details about what the cap for whales is?
You can find it in our Medium. Like there is like a detailed blog post that we did, kind of explaining a bit like how we capped. It's not really capping; it's just adjusting, making like the distribution of wealth in the ecosystem a bit more democratic. That like it's just that the people who have a bit less, like they get a bit of a pump, and the whales have like a bit of a reduction.
Okay, good, because we know there's some launches that happened maybe a few months ago with uncapped launches, and it totally broke the chart. It kind of takes out the steam of a project. So I'm glad to hear you guys are mindful of that.
Yeah, actually, we spent quite a lot of time designing the fair drop because like we wanted of course like to benefit like users of anchor stakers and of course Luna stakers, but trying to come up with a function, like with a graph which is sort of smooth, so it's not like that a lot that some a reduced group of people get a lot and then the others almost don't get nothing, but try to get like with as smooth of a graph as possible, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely impressed with the launch plan so far. I think that covers tokenomics pretty well. Is there anything you wanted to mention there? Otherwise, we can move on to some of the other products in your pipeline.
No, I think we can go to Globe Creators, which is a product that I'm very excited about, and it's yeah, we see it like internally like as the flagship product coming from the core team. As I said before, like we expect like third-party developers and community builders also building products and front ends and apps on top of Glow, but like from the initial set of products that we are going to build from the core team, this is probably going to be our flagship product, and it's going to be like our a new angle on social money, social tokens in the Terra ecosystem. It's already under the works. Like we're actually going to release like the landing page in probably like 1 week, and the contracts is already under the works. So yeah, like we're hopefully targeting like Q1 2022. And I'm very excited about this. It's a way of like Block Creator is going to be split into two. One is going to be creator pools where people can actually, like donate deals to their favorite creators, musicians, influencers, both in their community and beyond. And then we're also building like a infrastructure for social money. So like the right tools for people to create like different social tokens for people, like personal social tokens for communities, music streamers, wherever, and this can look like very very interesting user experiences, and we are super excited about it.
So two products for Glow creators. There's if there's like a popular, maybe even a non-crypto app that someone could describe this future product as is like a lossless Patreon kind of something similar, or not even close.
Yeah, you can frame like a lossless Patreon, but then like with the emphasis on social tokens, right? So like like for the creators and communities that get uh, to a certain threshold of UST stake, or like at the beginning we are going to be like the social token stuff is going to be a bit gated because like we have to help the people and the teams to create like social tokens with healthy distributions and launches. But you can think of as a lossless Patreon with a layer of social tokens on top.
So if I wanted to create a token and I called it Hisoka token, I could put together parameters to say I want to have 1 million Hisoka tokens, and I could use this platform to create the rules and the parameters and launch such a thing.
Yeah, exactly. We are building all the infrastructure at the smart contract level to make this very easy. And also we are building the tools, which, that's also where it ties in a bit like the Flow Ecosystem Fund to create the tools for like you to integrate your social token in your website, like create like private Discord channels, like sell even stuff with your social token. So we are actually trying to build like the social money infrastructure for their like creators and others to leverage.
Yeah, it's early days for community tokens. I know there's Raul Paul. He's like a popular influencer who talks a lot about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and like he's convinced that the future of crypto and the future of just like business is communities and tokenized communities, and like he thinks the power of brands is crazy, and like what could you do if you like held a crypto token for Disney, this kind of thing, like how do you build communities around that. um, I had read about Glow creators. I didn't know it was going I thought it was going to be more on the Patreon side. I didn't realize that it was also this like custom token element as well. That's a very interesting revelation for me.
Yeah, it's a combination of two. Like the lossless contribution is like more frictionless. Like anyone can set up one super fast. You can just create like your Hisoka page, and you can be set up in 10 minutes, right? Like But then, like for people who want more, or like for people who are like a bit more ambitious on the social token angle, we want to have the tools to create like a social token ecosystem on top of that. Like we don't want things that other platforms like of social tokens, like there are a couple on Ethereum, like they are, they only have this social token angle, and this is gated, so they can choose who launches the social token, and we don't really like that. Like we try to embrace decentralization and openness as much as possible. So we want to have like also the lossless community pools for kind of creating a smoother on ramp, like on for creators on this kind of new crypto products.
Yeah, sounds very promising. I could probably ask 20 more questions about it, but I feel like it's early, and I probably shouldn't poke too much into that one.
Yeah, we are going to release the landing page with more information, and some cool creators already like sign up in the next, yeah, in the next week, next 10 days. And yeah, like it's also like here you can understand a bit like how, like different like can be like Glow Lotto to Glow starters with to Glow creators, which the thread is actually combining like, like the social web3 aspect with DeFi yields, and it's also like opening like very different ways to accrue value to the Glow token, right? Like while the Glow Lotto is more like revenue based, taking a cut, which can be also very interesting. Like Glow
Mhm.
creators enables like different revenue accruals and privileges for Glow stakers, like like having access to either airdrops or like early sales of creator social tokens, which is going to be, I think, very fun, and we expect the community to get involved to come up with the best designs on top of that.
Yeah, and presumably there's some protocol revenue aspect for
Yeah.
the Glow starters, the Glow creators that feeds back into the token value pool.
Yeah, and with the thing is that with Glow creators, we've been very inspired with teams that we work closely, like well Terra itself and also Pylon, and like the idea of creating Glow creators as an index of the creator economy. So where you stake low and you keep receiving like airdrops or early access to like the social tokens that are releasing to Glow, can unlock like very interesting like and diverse revenue accruals and for Glow stickers.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's like almost turns Glow into a launchpad token for airdrop accruals on the various projects that are launching. Is Glow Starter similar, but for like, yeah, what's Glow Starters all about?
Glow starters, it's approaching again like the lossless principle to it. It's a bit more TBD. We are still like kind of in the design process of it. At the moment, we are focusing more like on like launching Lotto, which is done, and then like we are 100% like shifting to Glow creators. Like we are also growing the team, so we can kind of like allocate different team members to different products. And Glow starters, the idea is to like give have like a sort of Kickstarter vision to with the lossless twist.
Hmm.
We expect this to be in probably like Q2, so we expect that like the community builders can already like jump on board um, and decide together like what's the right approach, how the third app and the fourth Glow app should be. So yeah, like we see it like a kind of a bit an open design space um, that the community can jump in and help us, like redirect how the third product in the Glow ecosystem should look like.
Okay, so work in progress, kind
Yeah,
of mapping things out still. I think that's good. I think you guys have a lot on your plate already, and I mean, yeah, you
yeah,
don't want to
no,
stretch yourselves too thin.
I agree. I agree. I think like we pride ourselves of doing good products, and like focus is like the key insight of making good products, right? So we focus like a lot on polishing Glow Lotto. Then like part of the team is now focusing on creating like a nice Glow creators product. But as you said, like we don't want to spread ourselves too thin. We'll soon like start like creating like grants for community builders to jump in, so they can help us grow the Glow ecosystem as soon and as large as possible, right? Like our mission is very ambitious. Like we want to get like crypto products and especially like UST based products to the mainstream. We want normies, which I don't really like the word, but like more users to use UST and to use crypto. So like we are starting in the Terra community, but we are really ambitious in our overarching goals. So we really want and need like community builders to jump on board.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I see the vision with Glow Creator where um, there's so many people out there trying to spread the word about their favorite projects, about Terra in general, about UST and going multi-chain. And, there's validators out there and YouTubers and people on Twitter, and they're out there every day putting together threads and research and all this stuff. So, it's just, I mean, Glow unlocks a whole new layer of, potentially people helping each other out there. That's awesome.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, we are started already like last 2 weeks, like engaging with creators from within the Terra community and beyond. So yeah, any like creators with like streamers, musicians, whatever, like talk to us. Like it's the right moment, I think, like to like get feedback from the most important people for Blue creators, which is of course creators, right?
How
So
could
yeah,
they contact you?
reach to us. I think we have the Discord, Glow Discord, which should be like in our glowdeal.com website or
Mhm.
in Twitter, and yeah, just reach to us. I'm AES Monty, like AES Monty in Twitter. DM me. I have DMs open, so say like we're super interested to talk with any creator that would be interested in a product like this.
I think I spelled that wrong. No, maybe. Mm, yeah, that's you. Okay. Yeah, this is his Twitter. Give him a follow for sure. And if you're a creator, if you find any of this that we talked about interesting, definitely reach out to him. Go to their website, glowyield.com, and check out what they do, check out their docs, join their Discord, follow them on Twitter, all the stuff, do all the stuff. Awesome. I think this was really helpful. I think we covered a lot of stuff here. And is there any final thoughts you wanted to end with?
No, I think that was really like a great interview. Like, yeah, thank you very much for hosting it. And just yeah, let the community know like there are a lot of stuff coming from Glow. Like again, like the Glow Creators product is going to unveil like next week, and then early January we are going to release Glow Lotto in production, in mainnet, the token, the pools, everything. So like really stay tuned because like a lot of stuff is coming from us, and we are looking forward for the community to get their hands on and build together.
Okay, amazing. Thank you, Monty.
Yeah, thank you, Hisoga.